Hello, my dear Virgo. I hope you're doing well. You have Venusian vibes here to give you your December love and spirituality reading. So, I have already shuffled the deck for you. I am going to begin by lighting this beautiful candle you see before you. I make a candle every month in order to provide it for you guys, something new every month. And here, this candle is infused with the healing energies of Archangel Raphael. So, what I can see from what just happened with this candle is a dead part of the wick just fell off, a burnt part of the wick just fell off. So I'm feeling that a lot of you Virgos out there have got burned, feel burned by something. Something painful's happened, but it's helping you shed a layer that was needed to be shed in order to let your inner light shine through, and see how powerfully it is shining now. So whatever has happened that has made you feel so terribly, however you felt like you got burned, it has helped aid in this type of transformation, or just a shedding of an old habit or an old way of thinking. And that's what I just picked up on from how the candle will give me, since I make them myself with energies that I'm pulling from, in this case from Raphael, but just the healing energies here. Certain things happen with the candles that are symbolic, and so I sometimes pay attention to what the candle's doing, and it's giving me messages, basically. So anyway, I am going to start by pulling you guys an oracle card from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. I'm just going to get a nice, beautiful oracle card for you guys, and then we're going to start pulling your tarot. Okay. Let's see, what should Virgo know? Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So out came two. So it's very interesting. Two cards to have together. So we have here freedom, and we have standstill. They are both birds. I think that's interesting. The colors are similar. So we do have, these cards are meant to be together and represented together for you guys. I'm going to put them right here. Okay, I'm gonna do this one at a time. My angle's a little bit difficult to reach this far, but I can do it. Okay. Standstill and freedom. The first intuitive message I'm pulling from this card combination is a sense that a standstill needs to happen first for you to actually be in the right frameworks and the right headspace to embark on, I guess, a journey in the future. And it can be literally a journey of moving, traveling, or it can be just some other type of change that you're wanting to manifest in your life, but are unable to at this time. But it's okay. It's okay that you can't right now. It seems like if you were to right now, if you weren't being somehow prevented to right now, it still wouldn't be the right time. So I'm thinking there needs to be a shift in your, if some of you guys are feeling frustrated by sort of feeling like you're being stuck in a certain situation right now, I'd like to just impart this idea that maybe it's actually okay, and maybe somehow it is preparing you for the future better. Maybe there's a way you can utilize your time you have in order to prepare better for when you will have this freedom, or this sense of freedom, this ability to, I guess this is going to be in a sense that you are released from some sort of burden, basically. So, okay, before I go on and on, I'll start putting some tarot on it, okay? So let me just tune into your cards. Okay. All right, so here we have your underlining energy for the month of December, and it's Judgment. Wow, okay, so this card, for me right now, it is the embodiment of these two cards, the Standstill and Freedom. It is, you see this woman, and this woman in the black shirt, she's in this phase of standstill. And you can see her dream, which is that ghostly figure shooting out of her chest. It is what she wants for herself, and it is her very sense of freedom. What would I be if I was free? What would I be doing if I was free? So what is this thing, or these things, that are binding you? And if it's not a specific situation, such as, for instance, of course, pandemic, it is inhibiting travel for a lot of us. It is very preventative of, or what's the word I want to use? It is just keeping us from certain things in our lives. Many things. So that's just an example of something a lot of us are going through, of literally being kind of trapped in a situation of dealing with this, responding to this pandemic. So it can be that, but I'm picking up on also this, and it's what this card specifically means in this deck. It's about your own defenses and your own criticisms that come up that prevent you from living out your dreams. So it's a mindset. So for some of you, and a lot of times our mindsets end up being reflected in the world around us. So it can be both. It can be both of those things. You're being prevented due to external circumstances, but you're also in some way preventing yourself because of a mindset, a habit, something like that. So that's the underlining energy. It is just this, it's a dreamer's energy. You're dreaming about what you would want to be if you were uninhibited, essentially. So it's a very beautiful card, but it's full of a lot of blockages. Yeah, okay. So let's get this spread going. King of Swords in the reverse. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And it is in the external position. So what's happening around you? This is probably a person, you know. Crowning your reading in the center is the High Priestess. Beautiful, very spiritual, Virgo. 3 of Wands. So you're the third reading I've done for December, and this is the third time the 3 of Wands has come out. Isn't that interesting? Sagittarius, Gemini now, and now you have. Oh, and you know what? I just realized I'm doing all the. You're a mutable sign too, so those all 3 are mutable signs. So maybe that's the connector there. 4 of Wands, upright. Okay, interesting. 2 of Swords. Gemini had this as well. I'm seeing a lot of repeat cards actually between all the signs I've done so far, and then 9 of Cups. So that's great. That's fantastic. Now what we have on the bottom is going to be your past, so November and before. So right now I'm doing this reading in kind of early November, like the 9th of November. So, which is interesting, 9 being the Virgo number. But we have the Tower here, and I'm trying to not get too much into the past unless I feel called to. And I have a feeling I will, because the Tower speaks of, it is a very provocative, it's a very powerful card. So if this has happened in your past, or it's going to be happening in November, before you get into December, now this is a moment that is shocking. So you're just, something has happened or is going to happen in later November that you're completely shocked by. It was unexpected, very unexpected. Okay? The Emperor in the reverse. The Lover's in the reverse. All right. So for most of you guys, this is about a romance situation that did not go well. This person has been causing you a lot of trouble, or I guess that's at least connected to the Tower energy. So the Tower energy being revolving around this person who doesn't seem like a very kind person, being the Emperor in the reverse. This is someone who is manipulative, controlling, or very controlled in their own behavior. They're emotionless. They demand, they want to be, they don't want to be accommodating, and they don't want to hear you out or hear your feelings. So this seems to be something that has happened with this person that is, you're very surprised by. I'm thinking for some of you, you're surprised by how callous they can actually be. But I'm gonna start going into December for you guys, okay? So just give me a second to tune in here. I'm getting an overall positive impression for your December Virgo. I really am. You know, I'm surprised to see this Four of Wands here down in this corner, because it's hard to celebrate right now, given the times we're in. It really is. It's hard to celebrate, but that's what the Four of Wands is all about. It's all about celebration, coming together, you know, being happy, feeling connected. It's about the tribe, having a group of people who you just love and you want to be around. A lot of times it represents ceremonies. I'm not getting that specifically in this case, but it's also reflected, this energy is also being reflected here in the Nine of Cups. And we have the Three of Wands. So we have Three of Wands, then Four of Wands. So things are really looking up for you in December. They really are. So we have this stand. So what I'm thinking or seeing here is we have this standstill. This is being represented here by the High Priestess and the Two of Swords. Your conscious position, your subconscious, the things that you're not realizing about yourself, but that are causing issues in your life. So we have these energies here, and they're singular, and it's someone who's dealing with themselves, and the High Priestess is, yes, in a standstill. The High Priestess is just being highly connected to spirit and universal energies. Her interest is in connecting to the divine, developing her psychic awareness, doing energy work, obtaining knowledge and information, usually regarding more esoteric topics. And that's all something that is very standstill. It's what you can gather, what you can learn, and what you can release within yourself in the state of standstill. And so that's that energy there, and we see it here with the unconscious with the Two of Swords. Literal standstill, but not really in a good way. For the Two of Swords, this is more problematic energy. It literally means someone who's unable to make a decision. You're unable to move on from something. and that's the standstill, but not in a good way. So we have these dualistic type of ways of being in standstill, the positive side, and then this challenging side. And so what's going on is the challenge is something you're not picking up on as much in December. So I'm getting called. Okay, give me a second here. I'm really being drawn to here to the squawking of these crows. Squawking. There's people, I think there's literally people in your life who are trying to get you to do certain things. They have needs that they want you to meet for them. You're feeling controlled by them, and the strands that they're pulling on with the hair, I'm seeing that almost like puppeteering a little bit. I think some of you have someone or a few people, maybe family members, friends, maybe a loved one, but I think that if it's this person coming through as the King of Swords in reverse here, and I am seeing strings actually. Okay, all right, I'm getting a message. So I think there's control mechanisms at play in your life that you're not fully aware of. You're not really noticing how manipulated or controlled you're being by the people in your life. I think that's one arching message, and that's happening. But that's not the only message in this card. Also, these crows represent your own internal world. Also, your own internal world. You are fragmented. Different parts of you wanting different things, feeling different things. And these fragments are pulling you in different directions. You're having these different voices come in, different feelings come in. You're having multiple feelings about one situation. So there's fragmentation that's really coming up to the surface, and is sitting here in the unconscious. And I think that's because with this High Priestess here, you're using this beautiful spiritual energy of the High Priestess almost to tune out. I feel like she's tuning out a lot of these crows squawking. So you're not noticing it as much as it's really going on. There's probably some repression happening here. But there's a lot of the word control is something to really pay attention to. How are you controlling your own feelings, your own behaviors? How are you controlling your actions and your what's the word? It's like when you're inhibitions, your desires, your impulses. How are you controlling these things? And there's probably some fear wrapped around that control or inside of that control. And I'm noticing her strands of hair a little bit out of whack too. And I'm almost seeing this as some hair as well. So that's kind of interesting. Just this energy being pulled in many different directions, but on your conscious level, you're really trying your best to block it all out and to be centered, grounded, and really only trying to pay attention to how your situation is of serving you. So you're trying to stay positive. Well, it's giving me more time to be creative. Well, it's giving me more time to self-reflect, to connect to the divine, to find myself, things like that. It's giving me more time to research this, being in this standstill situation. And so that's sort of the drowning out that's happening here of all this inner workings, these fragmented parts of yourself. So that's kind of the inner dynamic I'm seeing, as well as it's being reflected in your external world by manipulation and control. And it's not when I say manipulation, I really don't mean it in a way that's a super, super toxic manipulation, or someone has like bad intentions. I think people have good intentions and they actually want the best for you, but the way they're trying to help you is to, in a way, manipulate you to do the best thing that they think is the best thing for you to do, if that makes sense. So they want the best for you, but they're going about it by trying to control you, convince you of something, that type of thing. So I did get another download about this card earlier, but I wanted to finish the first messages. But it has to do with these two. And as you can see, there's these, I don't even know what they are. Well, you see his strands of hair, but there's these strands coming off of his sword, and they're completely connected to the Two of Swords energy here on the left. So that's your energy. So this is a person who is having control over your mind from a distance. They're from a distance because you can see, and this guy's over on a mountaintop, and I'm picking up that that's meant to represent that you are not connecting with this person. They're from afar, and but they still are holding this type of control over you. The cards are really like this because we have the King of Swords over in the left corner. I just wanted to show that connection. But for the sake of how the cards came out, it is really like this. And I'm getting that this person is trying to move on from you. Okay? But they're also thinking about you. And they're thinking about themselves in your connection. And this is in December, remember? So this is in December. They are thinking about you. They're reflective. They're thinking about the past. They might even be considering things they might have done wrong. That's the energy I'm getting here. Because you're in this state of disarray. In part because of your connection to this person and the way that they treated you. So you're not physically connected in December, but the energetic ties are there, and it's being shown through those strands, those black strands that are going from his card to yours. Gender doesn't matter, but from their card to yours. So, and it's connected to the sword, interestingly enough. So it's something cutting that they've done. I think and it's also saying that they're trying to cut you out of their life. And I think you're trying to cut them out too. I think you're both on the same page there, but you're both still energetically tied to one another. And I'm not sensing, well, I guess I could get a clarifier, but what I'll say about it, what I think is the message important to say about it is that it's hard to break energetic ties between people who have been significant people in our lives. It is really hard. So don't beat yourself up that you think about them sometimes, and that you have some voices in your head that remind you of the past, whatever that may be. It doesn't seem so happy based on this card. Reminds you of your past with them. They really need to be by themselves. That's the vibration I'm getting from them. They need space. And I'm not going to say if that space, I think there is an element here of trying to move on. I have the Nine of Cups here. That's about your own energy, like your own life, and as the singular form, it's your happiness within the singular form, just yourself. Not how happiness you get by relating to other people and connecting to other people. It is a happiness that you just exude from within yourself. Personal bliss is the Nine of Cups, and also finance. Oh, well, no, Cups. So she has a treasure chest here. So from a second, I got connected to the Nine of Pentacles, which is also a great card. But this is the Nine of Cups. So this is your own personal bliss that is important for you to find right now. So I'm getting sort of this. Also, for some of you guys, there's an element of being torn between trying to connect with other people more versus trying to just focus on yourself and your own life more, and not really knowing which direction to go. Like, which is going to benefit you more. So I'm also getting that message for some of you guys. I think both are going to be happening in December. There's going to be a moment when you are feeling just fantastic, and you are with your friends or your family, and you're just happy. You're celebrating something. Some of you guys are really going to be celebrating something. Something good happened in December, and you're celebrating it. This is just a beautiful card. And connected to the Three of Wands up here, I'm getting a really good vibe from the Three of Wands. I'm thinking it's showing the fact that this, that her back is facing out, facing the beyond, away from this person. That's what really makes me think that it's really more on your mind to move away. And then this is you, this pink here, and then the pink of this water is connected. The colors are demonstrating a connection between what you're envisioning and trying to manifest for your future and how you're going to obtain it, and really working towards that. So it's a new life you're planning for yourself in December, and it doesn't include this person. It just includes yourself. And so that's what you're doing. It's really great. It's really great energy. A lot's going to come. I mean, I'm seeing so much in your future that you're really going to start feeling like you can start to, at least within this time of standstill, work out how you're going to do it and really start planning more for this eventuality where you step out and live your life. There's just so much there for you in the future. And so right now is this planning stage and the standing still stage where we're still working on ourselves and our dreams, embodying the energies that is going to really get you there to the point. Oh, you know what? I'm going on and on. I have not even pulled clarifiers yet. I'm going to pull four clarifiers for you guys. Let me tune into... I'm going to get one card for how this person is feeling about you in December. This King of Swords person. How they're feeling about you in December. How are they feeling about Virgo in December? Okay, so I did I shuffled this deck for you guys before I started this video, and so I was just shuffling again to get flyers from the deck, and so all 4 did come out already. The first one is how they're feeling about you, but I just got all 4 of them at once, so I'm just going to go with it. I know you can't see me shuffle. Some people really like to be able to see their tarot reader shuffle, but I do not have the right angle to be able to do that in front of the camera, so bear with me on that. Then we have the 4 of Pentacles, and Gemini just got this card. Okay. So I'm going to just do a few more little quick clarifying messages for you guys before we start to sum up this reading, and then I'll read the meaning of those 2 oracle cards for you guys. Okay. There's a sense of abandonment here between the connection between you both. This person is feeling like in December they're feeling like there is nothing to hold on to within your connection. They feel like not giving any energy towards you, for sure. They feel like withholding all of their energy and attention. You know, you're not going to really hear from this person in any substantial way, and that's okay. They don't think that it's a healthy relationship for either of you. Both of these figures in this card are suffering. They're cold, they're hungry, they're depleted. Depleted is an important word. Depleted. Too much has happened. This negative. Yeah, it's something that they're trying to release now, because we have the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse, indicating a release of that energy, a release of that sense of lack. And I feel like it is a connection that is crippling both of you guys, because this just doesn't work. So that's what I'm getting, and I think it's mutual. I do think it's mutual. There's a withholding here, like I said, and then this 3 of Pentacles in the reverse directly points to a lack of communication, because in the upright, it's all about communication, working on projects together, collaboration, things like that. So it's in the reverse, and we have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. So Knight of Swords upright, that's someone coming in to give information, to express themselves. They're coming in hot too. It's the fastest moving knight in the deck, and it's in reverse. So that's blocked energy, and a sense of lack. So it's something, and apart from this person, I think that's all I'm going to say about it. And I think you know that you feel the same way, though a part of you, clearly from the 2 of Wands in the reverse, that unconscious part of you, there's maybe does want to reach out, or feels a little bit differently, feels a little bit more sentimental. But all together, you're, for the most part, you feel the same way. You don't want to connect to them, at least this is December reading, and in December you don't want to connect with them at all. You want to move on, focus on yourself. So that's what's going on. These cards, unrelated to him, there's of course layers of messages here. It's all blocked energy, and that's indicating more about the standstill. Yeah. Stand still. There's an element of retreat here. Blocked communication in general in your life. Information that you need, and I'm not talking about with this person anymore. I'm talking about the next layer of these cards, which is your life in general. And just this energy of information not reaching you. Information not reaching you. I don't know what information it is. This is a general reading. It'll be different for all of you. But you're not getting it. So maybe that's okay. I don't know why there's so much withholding going on. We have the 3 and then the 4 of Pentacles. We have the 3 and then the 4 of Wands. So it's that moment between creation and then foundation. Creation, foundation. That's being challenged here. Well, in the Wand side, in the side of passion and interest, is not being challenged, but in the side of practicality, functionality, literal finance, literal materials, material gain, materials that you might need to create a project, there seems to be a block there, a block to the pentacle, the earthly manifestation of things, but doing very well on the spiritual front. I'm getting a sense of creativity here from you as well, with so many wands and the High Priestess in the center. That can be very creative energy. So overall, things are going well. I think just accept the blockages that you might kind of run into throughout December. Accept the not getting the full story from people, and you're probably also being a little bit withdrawn and not expressing yourself too much either, generally speaking. It's just you're in this manifestation phase. It's very internal, or I should say singular, and it's like your own private journey, not journey to anywhere. Not like a literal journey, but just like a journey of your own inner world, I guess. Your own creative faculties, your own just home life, things like that. Just your singular life, just you. So that's what I'm getting for you, my lovely Virgo. So I'm going to read to you both of these beautiful oracle cards, Stand Still and then Freedom, and that will close out your beautiful reading. Okay, let's see, Stand Still. So if it feels that some areas of your life have slowed down or even come to a standstill, you are right. Something is not progressing. Even if it seems that things are flowing, look beneath the surface. 2 of Swords beneath the surface. Perhaps something is immovable. The first step to becoming unstuck is to acknowledge where you are. The soul loves the truth. In life, you can either say there are no weeds, or you can notice the weeds and begin pulling them out. That's so this energy. It's just noticing. You see how she has this blindfold on? She's not noticing these things that are important for her to acknowledge about herself and the people around her. It's just so, the message is just there so clearly. So notice what isn't working in your life and then take slow, steady steps to unblock the barriers. Okay. In nature, when one is being sucked into mud, the worst thing to do is struggle. The best thing to do is slowly and carefully, one step at a time, extricate yourself. Okay. Slowly and carefully. Definitely no rash movements. Yeah. All right. Freedom. So express yourself without hesitation. Break free and let your spirit fly. Make choices that increase your freedom. Don't be tied down. Laugh, dance, explore. Four of Wands energy. Laugh, dance, explore, and go beyond predictable behavior. Be daring. Cast aside restrictions. Find your wings. As you do, you'll help others find theirs. You are not here to be ordinary or live a mundane life. You are here to step beyond limitations and self-imposed boundaries. Do not be trapped by convention or the need to please others. Remember how we were talking about how other people might be controlling or manipulating you? Not in a with an evil and a bad intent, but it's just happening. It's the way that they're trying to help you in their eyes, I think, or maybe they just really care about you and they want to keep you close. So there is some control happening kind of below the surface. So do not be trapped by convention or the need to please others. Choose life on your terms. Don't accept rules that don't feel right. You can be immensely free and yet still be part of a loving, supportive community. All right, so I'm getting a sense that you are going to get into that vibration of freedom, and you are going to be doing those things, getting out. Four of Wands, Nine of Cups, finding your own personal bliss. It doesn't necessarily need to be with a lot of other people, but it's getting out and doing things you haven't done before, maybe in nature, maybe exploring, hiking, things like that. It can be meeting people, in a safe way, for sure. And with the Four of Wands, there's a celebration in December for you. Something good, worthy of celebration is happening in December for most of you guys. I'm picking up on it being a literal event for you. But for those of you that's not, it is just this this sense of freedom. Like, look how free these ladies are. They're uninhibited and they're enjoying themselves, and that's what I think you're going to reach. That's the point you're going to reach. But for a lot of the month, there is a sense of standstill, and so it's just something to work through, and you have the tools to do it. I see that you do. It's all going to be okay, and you're going to hit that moment of freedom and really being able to release some of that stagnant energy by the end of December. So there's definitely need to be less critical of yourself as well. That came through at the beginning there. Just a quick reminder of that. And that really helps. Being non-judgmental of oneself really helps with that, with not only the creative flow, but feeling like you can, you get a sense of freedom by being uninhibited, and judgments cause a person to be inhibited, if that's inhibited, I don't know, you know what I'm saying. So anyway, those are your messages for December, my dear Virgo. I really hope this reading helped, and I wish you all the best. Okay, till next time.